Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Live Fully Now podcast with me, your host, Shannon Ryan. This is a place where we discuss how to go from merely surviving to really thriving and taking back that authority and that control as the co-creator of our realities. I'm so excited to be sharing with you today on this solo cast. I'm still in Bali, and I am just overflowing with joy, with gratitude for this land, for all the Balinese people, just being welcomed with open arms, open hearts, this energy of devotion, of love, of acceptance, of compassion, of kindness. And I have been feeling my heart unravel and open even more. I've been feeling parts of my heart that were dormant really reawaken and transmuting different pains and sufferings and energetic blocks that have been in my heart space really dissolve by this magical land. I'm so grateful to be here right now. This has been a dream of mine to go to Bali, and I finally answered the call. I've been called to come here for probably about 10 years. And when I say called to come here, what I mean by that is that every time I would say the word Bali, or anytime that anyone would talk about Bali, every cell in my body would light up and vibrate, and I could feel my full physical body alive and vibrant, and I just knew something magic was going to happen here. And there has been no shortage of magic occurring within me, around me, and I feel so connected to the earth, the elemental wisdom, the people, the planet, my brothers, my sisters, myself. And I'm so grateful that I am alive and well and been given the gift of being alive in this body, with this mind, with this soul, with this heart, today, right here and right now. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about self-expression, or more so radical self-expression. So for those of you who are still just getting to know me, which is probably most of you, I have always loved fashion and clothing. And it's actually pretty funny because my mom tells me that when I was a kid, she specifically didn't buy me clothes. And I remember this in high school. I would get one outfit every year, and it was the best day of the year, going back to school shopping and buying that one outfit. I was so jazzed and so lit up. But her intention with that was so that I wouldn't like clothes or need clothes or be attached to clothes. And it's really hilarious that the complete opposite happened. But I do think that this is part of my dharma, my purpose, part of my soul's expression, that nothing my mom did would have ever changed that. It's just who I am. And I finally am in a place to embrace that, accept that, and love that, which has been a long journey towards getting to the place of self-acceptance in my self-expression. So one of the things that, for me, I always wanted to be a fashion designer. I wanted to go to fashion school, be a stylist, a designer, and I used to actually make clothes for dancers and all sorts of stuff back about 15 years ago. But I wasn't able to go to fashion school. My family told me that that was not practical and that I needed a real job. So I went to nursing school. I have been a nurse for about 10 years, currently on a hiatus, reclaiming and rediscovering what lights my soul up, what excites me, what brings me joy. And I just recently started making clothes again. I made my first kimono. I made these beautiful custom one-of-a-kind jean jackets, and I'm going to start making hats because, as you can see, I love a good hat. So a little bit about my journey to radical self-expression. So for so long I felt I was surrounded by a group of peers that were very focused on external appearance. And for so long, I was so concerned with how I looked. And, it was very ego based, like very comparison, like, oh, I need to be as pretty as her or as skinny as her, and all of this really low vibration energy stuff that comes when it comes to females, and body image and all of that. And I noticed, about 10 years ago, I was really having this struggle of, is this really coming from a place of authenticity, like me wearing these clothes? Or is it really part of my patterning with my ego to really be seen and seeking validation or being liked by boys or men or other people? And for so long, I sat with that. And I actually, stopped dressing the way that I like to for a little while. Just to really examine and dive deep into figuring out where this need, this urge was coming from. So about 2 or 3 years ago, I was on a travel nurse assignment in Tucson, Arizona, and I decided at this point that I was going to leave all of my Western things behind, and live in somebody's backyard in a shed. And let me tell you, this was the happiest that I have been in so long. Except right now, I'm happier right now. But looking back, I was so happy because I was living in this backyard. I was surrounded by plants, by animals, by trees. I didn't wear shoes. I was one with nature, with the earth. I didn't have Wi-Fi. I barely had anything. And I was so happy. I would go to work 3 days a week and then spend the rest of my time hiking and going outside and being a butterfly whisperer or a lizard whisperer or playing with hummingbirds or laying in the hammock and cooking my food outside. I had an outdoor shower, an outdoor bathtub. Everything was outside. And I was always outside watching the stars, the moon, the sun, the sunsets, the plants, the animals, just seeing and witnessing the aliveness within me and all around me. And my specific intention on going here with not bringing any Western things with me was to explore and dive deep into my need to express in this way as this highly articulated individual expression of source. I've always felt very connected to my individuality, and I have hated how people have copied me or, tattoos or clothes or anything. Like, I would always get so triggered by that because I have fought so hard to be my own unique individual and vibration. And it's always been super important to me. And so when I went to Arizona, the only things that I brought with me in terms of maintenance was a razor and a toothbrush. No makeup, no nail polish, I did have a hairbrush. But basically, I didn't have Wi-Fi, I was disconnected from the world, and I didn't wear shoes, I didn't bring any nice clothes, I really just wore, workout shorts and t-shirts or sports bras. And it was the first time in my life where I could look at myself and I saw myself as beautiful without any makeup on. And I'm sure some of you can resonate with that. Being a woman in this modern day in society, what we see on social media, what we see on TV, on the news is very comparison. It's really difficult to keep up with that and to feel good about yourself and to love yourself despite all these other beautiful iterations of women out there and us being given this false narrative of what beautiful is. So for me, it was a huge breakthrough, being able to look at myself without any makeup on, with hair in my armpits, with hair on different parts of my body that I hadn't been used to having hair on, with longer nails and toenails and, no socks or shoes, and just very rugged and back to basics. I was fully one with the land, living off the land, and I had never felt so free, so beautiful, so empowered. And that was the point where I really realized that I didn't need all of that stuff to be beautiful, but I liked it and I enjoyed it. And it was fun and playful and part of my soul's expression. And that is when I realized that it was not my ego. It was not a part of me that was seeking validation because I didn't need that anymore. And I still wanted to wear the hats and the kimonos and the colors and the textures. And I know now that that's part of my soul's mission here, is to bring beauty to the world, is to bring colors and patterns and textures and lightness and music and sound and dance and smiles and laughter and all the details that a lot of people miss. I'm here to help others see the magic in the mundane, to see the world through my lens of color, of vibrancy. And the way that I like to express, one of my favorite ways, is through fashion, is through clothes, because I view my body as a canvas, as a piece of art that I get to adorn and place beautiful items on. And I also love being surrounded by beautiful things like velvet couches and velvet blankets and beautiful flowers and smells and all the things that enliven and awaken my senses. And that is okay. And that is beautiful. And you know what? If somebody misperceives me now, well, in the past it used to really upset me and trigger me because I was so concerned with people liking me and being seen and heard and accepted and all of that, that it would have really hurt my feelings to be judged or to be seen in a different way or different light than how I was choosing or wanting to be seen. But now it doesn't, because I'm so firm and confident in who I am and the way that I want to show up and the way that I want to express, that people can think that I'm some superficial boho girl because I like hats and kimonos, which happens all the time. And then they, judge me from an initial encounter, and then once they actually talk to me or converse with me, they realize that I'm a very deep, very inquisitive, very intelligent, very fun, beautiful human and soul, and that they may have misperceived or judged me in an incorrect light or lens. And you know what? That's okay. And I am okay with that, because me being in this space of radical self-expression and of allowing myself and giving myself permission to express in any way, shape, or form that I want is beautiful. And that is me in my power. Part of my journey as well with self-expression has been my voice. So the fact that I'm here today sharing with you, speaking, not only speaking, but being seen on a video and not shaking uncontrollably from nerves and insecurities, is a miracle. And that has been one of the most powerful things that I have done in my healing journey, is speaking my voice, speaking my truth, and being vulnerable, being raw, of not caring so much what everyone else thinks of me, and showing up as the true me, the real me, both in my energetic vessel of my body, but also through my voice, through my actions, through the energy that I show up in. And I'm so grateful that I have arrived at this space, at this level of confidence, of embodiment, of knowing, of truth, that I am able to show up in integrity for myself. Because at the end of the day, the only one who truly knows and truly matters is me in that. So we get so concerned and so caught up with what everyone else thinks and what everyone else, what their opinion is and what they're doing, and they're not going to like me. And the truth is, not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to like me, and that's okay. I don't like everyone. I don't want everyone to like me. That would be too much. So how can you give yourself permission to be seen for who you are? How can you use your body as your canvas to express your heart's vibration and desires in your clothing? And maybe it's not clothing, but one of the things that I have been playing with is to do with how we adorn our bodies, and just noticing when I wear a certain color in a room. Like if I'm wearing a bright yellow shirt, which is one of my favorite colors, what type of interactions and what people are magnetized and attracted to me, how that energy really can affect and create a ripple effect out into the environment that I'm in. If I'm in an elevator and I'm wearing this bright yellow shirt, who is going to talk to me? Who am I going to talk to? Whose day may I make brighter by simply wearing that beautiful color, or being in this vibration of brightness and playfulness and expression and beauty? So how can you show up in the world making your life as art and expressing yourself fully in your fullest expression, your voice, your body, your movement, all of it? How can you make your heart, what your heart desires, what your heart looks like on the inside, be expressed through your body on the outside? How can you make your soul's expression match the external vibration of your body and how you show up in the world? And what different experiences, what different people may you meet? Where may the road lead you if you start to match your frequency inside and outside and lead from this beautiful heart-centered space of alignment, of empowerment, of beauty, of ease, of grace, of abundance, of magic? How can you fully connect with the senses, with smells, with textures, with colors, with patterns, with sounds, with your voice? We weren't given these senses for no reason. In fact, they are one of the main things we're supposed to use. And here in this incarnation, in this body, we're supposed to live fully through the senses, live fully, experience all of the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows that make being a human so difficult and so beautiful at the same time. So how can we really dive deeper into our radical self-expression? What does that mean to you? And how can you live more fully with embodying and enlivening these senses, this sensuality, this beauty within you, and express it to those around you, to the environment? I hope that this talk inspired you, awakened something in you that has been dormant, gave you a little bit of joy, a little bit of light, a little bit of ease in your day. And if you resonated with any of this message, I would love to connect with you deeper. You can reach me on Instagram at SoulSearcherShan, and my link is in my bio. I'm super excited to announce that I have officially graduated my Dharma Coaching Institute Soul Purpose Coach program, and I am now a certified Dharma Purpose and Passion Coach. Yay! I just signed on my first 2 clients, which is super exciting, and I'm only going to be taking on about 2 or 3 more people just to really fully honor this space of transformation so I can really dial it in and give my full presence to these beings. So if any of this resonates with you, if you are going through a difficult time and you need a coach, a mentor, somebody on the sidelines as your cheerleader to really hold you accountable to living the life of your dreams, if you're going through a hard time of transition, or if you're out there really feeling overwhelmed, lost, directionless, you know that there's more out there but you don't know where to go or what to do first, I'm your girl. Because I have been there in the darkness. I have been so lost, so overwhelmed, so confused, so lacking of clarity, and was basically drowning. And I somehow found my way out by myself, which is a minor miracle. If I would have had the opportunity to be coached back then, I would have jumped on it, because let me tell you, having a mentor, a guide, or somebody next to you to support you and cheer you on when you're in the mess, when you're in the darkness, when you're struggling and want to give up, is so powerful. So again, if any of this resonates with you, please feel free to reach out to me. I have 2 different options, which you can find on my bio, and we can connect via Instagram and schedule a free discovery call. I would love to connect with you and dive deeper together in this beautiful healing journey of embracing our dreams and living fully now in our fullest expression and in our full authenticity, truth, and purpose. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to talking with you again next week.